Good morning. Good morning, my loves. Good morning, my day, my loves. Good evening to my loves, my followers. Um, Alrighty. So, to my followers, thank you for joining me on this journey that is taking us somewhere where we are not even sure where we are going. To everyone else, welcome to my page, both on TikTok and YouTube. There are a few things you need to know which will not change. I make long videos and that will never change. I don't get to the point, and I don't know what the point is, and I don't know how we are buying where we buy that point, right? So for those of you looking for someone who gets to the point, I'm not that person. And the aircon was making so much noise. And if you are new here, please go through my videos. Before you bother me by trying to book a consultation, go through my videos. Many of you come for consultation and I can tell you've not been through my videos. Before you come through a consultation with me, you should already be knowing how to build a relationship with your ancestors. And if you watch my videos, you will know that. You should already know how to pray. And if you've been watching my videos and been implementing the things that I talk about in the videos, you will know how to do that. You should by now be already knowing how to set up an altar. Those are not things that I should be teaching you in a consultation. We should be talking about other important things and not those things. So get yourself acquainted with me. I am even going to turn you guys back when you try and book a consultation and you have not went through my videos. I'm going to turn you back. Because I don't have time for people who don't want to learn, for people who are not interested in learning. I honestly don't have time for that. Right? So before you come to me, be someone who wants to learn, and people who want to learn are people who make an effort in learning. And those who have went through my videos, how do you book a consultation? You can inbox me. You can on TikTok, you can email me. Both the email links are found on TikTok and YouTube. YouTube is written, or you can go to my website. If you've ever messaged me from my website and I never responded back, unless if you were saying stupid things, right? Some of you are telling me to go check my inboxes. When I get there, I find that you are telling me your sob stories. I don't want to know what's happening in your life. If you want to tell me what's happening in your life, book a consultation. I don't have time for that. Now, our message today is the Akasha record, the record of destiny. The Akasha record, the record of your destiny, right? What is the Akasha? Some people call it the akashic records. So we're going to have a light issue because I'm in a very, what do they call it, vintage house. I'm in a very vintage house, and light reflection into the house is not a thing. The place that gets the best light, there's no proper seating for me to do a recording on. So we are going to have a bit of a light issue, but I'll probably with time find the proper sitting space, right? So the light might change because the weather is also not the best today. Okay, so some people call it the Akashic record. I think the original word is Akasha, right? Yeah, Akasha. Akasha is an Indian word. It's a Hindi word from the Sanskrit. And the Akashic was a word that was, it became much more popular when the Theosophical Society and religion started getting acquainted with the Hindi religion, and they started teaching more about what is written in the Sanskrit, right? So, and that's when the Akashic akashic word came through, and then they titled the akashic records. In Hindi, in the Sanskrit, it doesn't necessarily say it's a record, right? They never use the word record, they just say akasha. Right, now what is the akasha? I made some notes here. What is the akasha? So okay, so the akasha is a fifth dimension library. It's a library that is in the fifth dimension, right? And this library, it's called a library of the soul. That's what the akasha is. The akasha, the library of the soul. Right, now in this library, the reason why it's called the library of the soul is because it holds soul memories of every single soul that has come into this galaxy, right? So it's not just the soul memories of this planet Earth that we live in, but it's the soul memories of this galaxy. So meaning that you can access information about every single planet you've been in this galaxy. You can access information about it. Okay, so what information can you access in the akasha? You can access things like your soul mission, your soul contract, your soul history, your soul gifts, your soul lessons, and many other things that relate to your soul, right? So this is where your soul goes to access divine guidances, divine information about the past, the present, and the future of your soul. And that information is always information about the soul level, right? It is stored in every lifetime that you do, every act, every situation, every direction, every thought, every feeling you've ever had is stored there. I saw a meme the other day. Well, it's like a couple of months back when I had the thought of doing a lesson on the akasha. I saw a meme where they say people are always worried about monitoring by Google and your phones be monitoring you and bringing you the things that you've been thinking about and blah blah blah, and yet the akasha monitors every single act that you do, every single thought, every single feeling, every single belief, every single thing that you do from all your lifetime. It's monitored by the akasha. So the act of being monitored is a spiritual thing. You are monitored 24/7. People are crying about monitoring spirit. You are monitored. Monitoring spirits can be evil or can be bad. Can be evil or they can be good. Monitored 24/7 by spirits, by angels. You know, we are monitored by the akasha. Every single act of our lives is recorded. This is in the Bible when they talk about the book and revelation of your acts, the book of your acts that will be opened and you will be shown all your acts. This is the akasha. Every single thing you do as a human on earth is recorded. Right, now the akasha, when we talk about the akasha, we must also talk about destiny, right? Destiny. Every single soul has free will. Every single person on earth has free will to live however way they choose to live, but there are predestined plans in place that a soul needs to fulfill, and these predestined places, these predestined plans, and these predestined things were created by you on a soul level, right? And these are predestined things that you on a soul level created, that you need to go through in this life to fulfill your soul mission. Because remember, in the Akasha, there are records of your soul. There are your soul contracts, your soul mission, your soul journey, every single thing about your soul here. These things, there's the big plan, the first big plan. I switched on the off the echo, now I'm bending. The first big plan, which was the plan that was put in place when you first got here, when your soul traveled to this galaxy, if your soul is not originally of this galaxy. And obviously a plan was put in place as to how you will go through this galaxy, come to Earth, learn what you need to learn, and go back to where you come from. Okay, now comes in the part where in every incarnation, in every reincarnation, there's between death and there's the between the birth, right? The death and the birth. In that space, in that in-between space, there's the space where different councils are held. And these councils, when we get into that space, we go through the overall general plan that was implemented when you first got to this galaxy, and then smaller plans are created that will help you in your next reincarnation, that you need to fulfill in your next reincarnation in order to fulfill the grander plan of your soul. And so a council is held in every incarnation, right? Before every reincarnation, there's a council that we go through, and in this council, it consists of you, your soul ancestor, and some of your soul tribe, where you come together. And in that, obviously, the first council, the first part of the council is you and your soul ancestors, and your angels and your archangels and your ascended masters, where you come together and you say, this is the plan for her soul journey, for her earth journey, and these are the things that she needs to fulfill. This is destiny. This is predestined. It is pre-planned and it is predestined. So these are the things that we hope she will fulfill. And then when there are other people who have also waiting for their reincarnation, and they're waiting for the right conditions and right families, because there's a waiting period in reincarnation. You don't die today and be born tomorrow. I don't know where people get that concept. You don't die today and be born tomorrow. There are things that you need to go through. There are council meetings that you need to go have. There's a plan you need to go review with your ancestors to review. Did we do well? Did I do well? What else do I still need to do? Where should I fix? Is there things that I need to fix? How do I go about this? What do I need to do? Right? There are things that you need to fulfill. There are things, missions that needs to be looked into. And so when these plans are happening, when you are there in the in-between, there's discussions that are happening. And at that time, they say that a day in the spiritual realm is 1,000 years on earth, right? So some people, it can take them a while before they reincarnate, and you also going through your own plan, it can take you a while depending on the mission, the level of your mission. It can take you a while before your reincarnation. Not every single soul though is in charge of their plan. Some souls, depending if they are earth-based souls or what type of a soul you are, the plan is told to them that your mission is this, in this plan, and you need to be born in this family so that you can play this particular path for me. All right, so now if you are the highly evolved beings, you are the beings that are supposed to reincarnate and gain godhood here, gain mastery, then you are in charge of your own plan. And in that plan, they then look into the Akashic record, they look into all these things, and it's the plan that needs to be fulfilled. And every single incarnation, you come back and you look into it. And if there are mistakes or things that you didn't fulfill, you need to go back and redo them. And in the processes of going back, there's also meetings that are held with your soul tribe. Okay, so this is a soul tribe. These are people who you came with on earth, are part of your soul crew, your soul destiny. And these people, you have contracts with them, and the contracts with your soul tribe are that you have to help each other fulfill your missions, your different mission on earth. Right? So this will be your soul tribe. So it doesn't only just include the plan and the pre-planned destiny. It doesn't only just include you and your ancestors, but there are other people who also get a word into it, and that's your soul tribe. And it is important, this chair I'm sitting on, it is important that you find your soul tribe. And when you do find your soul tribe, then you have I'm struggling with being sleepy these days. I'm near a temple. My neighbor is a temple. And so, I'm in Zen. My people are just like Zen. I struggle to wake up. When I'm in this house, I'm just struggling with sleep. I just want to be sleepy. My people are way too relaxed. And so, so that's your soul tribe. And so, let me see. I know I've talked about things that, right. Now, in the pre-planned, predestined, right, destiny has to play a part, because destiny, let's go back a little bit to destiny. Destiny are plans, actions, situations that you pre-planned, that you wanted them to take place in order for you to fulfill your mission. Right? So we can never run away from destiny, and we can never bypass destiny. And funny enough is that we always blame God for destiny. We always say, no, God is the one in charge of our destiny. And at that point, God is not there. You are in charge of your own destiny. This is why there's always a contradictory when we talk about predestined and say there's certain events that are predestined that will happen whether you like them or not, and you have no choice but to accept them. And then we also have these other things that we call and then we also have another side that we say you are in charge of your destiny. You are the architect of your destiny. You are the ruler of you decide what happened. That's true. And the reason why you are the architect of your destiny, it is because you pre-planned your own destiny. You pre-planned it into existence. So you are the one that decided that in this journey on earth, at this particular point, I want to be hit by these challenges. Right? Or I want these events to be happening. Or me and this person are going to meet at this part in my destiny. And it's going to play out like that because you are the architect of your destiny. You are the one who architected the plan, if that's how they say it. You are the one who engineered the plan. You wrote the plan with the help of your ancestors, and you decided this is how the directions we are taking. These are the people we are going to meet. These are the what, and how we need to do this. So obviously, it's going to play out the way you asked it to play out. So when we talk about the fact that you are the architect of your destiny, we're not saying it that you can change destiny. You can't change destiny because destiny can't be changed because it was implemented by you. But in this life, you are meant to also adjust. You're meant to also adjust and be flexible. Because as much as we set in counsel before your reincarnation and say that this is what's going to happen, this is how my life is going to play out, this is everything, and not every single thing is planned to the T. Because we cannot predict Earth. You cannot predict Earth, you cannot predict humans, you cannot predict the events that are going to happen, and the direction that humanity will take and how they will maneuver themselves. That's why it's one of the best schools. If we could predict it, then it wouldn't be at school. So because we cannot predict it, let me have some cold water. Because so because we cannot predict it, you cannot predict every single thing, you then can adjust, can reevaluate certain things with the help of your ancestors, can be flexible to change, right? And that's what makes you the architect of your destiny, right? Because you planned the destiny, and when the destiny is just like how an architect, when they create the blueprint of how a house needs to look, now when they go into the building, that's why sometimes the blueprint and what they showed you and the implementation of the house sometimes don't even connect. You find that this is the plan was beautiful and it was supposed to look like this, but what was built is not it, right? It is because when they get into the building system, there's many challenges that can come through, there's many things that they can run out of, materials that they thought they would have easy access to. That's the same thing on Earth. There's the same thing in you fulfilling your mission on Earth. Right? Earth is our greatest lesson. Every single thing that happens on Earth is our greatest lessons. Okay, fine. Now, the predestined things also include your family. You predestined your family. I've talked about this before. If you are only new here and you're seeing this video, please don't ask me that. How did I choose my own family? I've already made videos about it. Before you decide to comment and ask a question, ask yourself, did she already talk about it? The answer is yes. There's a high chance that I've already talked about it. All you need to do is go through the videos and you'll find your answers. Right? In the council, the soul council in heaven, well, we'll call it heaven, in the soul, in the spiritual realm, in the waiting room, which is also called the waiting room. In the waiting room, what we do, we wait and we look at the soul plan, the contracts and everything, and then we then decide how we are going to maneuver. This is one of the reasons, I'm getting a thought now, this is one of the reasons where in the soulmate video, the first soulmate video, I talked about how a soulmate is how they choose a soulmate. And I told you that a soulmate is chosen when okay, so many people have this belief that you only have one soulmate on Earth and you can never have any other soulmate, right? That's it, that this is the one person who's destined to be your soulmate and they can never be. But I told you that there are many soulmates, right? You have access to multiple soulmates. Why do we have access to multiple soulmates? It is because there are many people who hold the imprint of your DNA, your soul DNA, who probably come from the same soul planet as you, and they are in alignment with you. And some of them are part of your soul tribe. And in these discussions in the waiting room, in the planning stage, in the planning council, they were selected that based on certain events that might happen, and if every one of them fulfills their mission, there's a high chance that you guys might marry each other. Right? So if there's 5 of you and 5 of the other group, male and female, and there's a predestined that this is what we want to do, right? The 3 male decide they don't want to fulfill their mission and there's only 2 men left, right? And then the women are also not also working and whatever. And then you might find that maybe one woman is the one that's in charge, right? Hence, that's why that even in the choosing of the soulmate, you might be shown multiple people. You might be shown one person, the next thing that person is no longer shown to you, you're shown a different person. In the choosing, right, in the planning stages, because all those people were part of the people that have potential to be your soulmate. But it's not just 5, there's many, right? And so when you are ready and one of the other people is ready, meaning that you guys have reincarnated many lifetimes, done the work, and now you're both ready to finish up your earth mission. Now you're ready to get into a divine union, into a soul union, so that the two of you can transcend and be God, right? So that's a predestined thing. It's a predestined thing where there's a few people who are predestined to be your soulmate, and only those who do the work and fulfill their mission will then be chosen. Just like if you do the work and fulfill your mission, you will then be chosen for someone else, right? So in the council, those are the things that I looked into to say, okay, the part of the soulmates that we have chosen, the group of 20 who were compatible with you, only 4 are on earth. 4 is exaggerating it. Only 8 are on earth, and out of the 8 that's on earth, 4 are fulfilling their purpose. So the number is small, right? So when you go on earth, you must know that there aren't that many choices there. Or maybe there's someone else who's about to be born and they have potential to be your soulmate, and they're like, but there's this other 5 that are about to be born around about the same time as you, and they also have the potential. Family members are chosen there, and how they're going to affect you. I've already made a whole video about this. Twin flame relationships are also chosen there. Contracts that you need to end, so contracts that you karmic contracts that you need to end with certain twin flames are chosen there, and you know that in this lifetime I'm going to have to end this contract. And this is why the twin flame will keep on repeating itself in toxicity, in challenges. It will be one of the best relationships you've ever had, but it will not be the worst relationship you've ever had. It will leave you heartbroken for years. Some of you, even in the heartbrokenness, you still come back together and redo that thing because you did not finish the karmic contract that combines you. Now, karmic contracts are not soul contracts. That's one thing that many people get wrong. Karmic contracts are not soul contracts. Soul contracts are contracts that were created before when you got to this galaxy and decided how you are going to play out your mission on this earth and fulfill it and go back home. Those are how soul contracts are made. They're made on a soul level. Karmic contracts are created through reincarnation on earth in multiple lifetimes. And you meet certain people, you do them wrong, you do them right. That creates either good or bad karma. And then you transition into the next life with that karma that you need to pay for. Whether you're paying it for it in a good way or whether you're paying for it in a bad way. I had someone who helped me so much in my life, and I never understood because at first it created this thing where there was such a big attraction between the two of us. He's male and I'm female. There was a big attraction between the two of us, and at first I thought that maybe we are meant to be in a relationship, me and this person. It was like, it started out as a friendship. Our friendship was the most amazing friendship. We kind of got each other on different level. We then decided that we want to try out the relationship part of it. But for some reason in the relationship, we had a deep attraction to each other, but we could never get to intimacy. Even affection, even kissing, we could not get there. It's as if like it was not playing out. Like, yeah man, I like you, but I don't see myself kissing you, you know. So after a while we decided, no, it's not working for the both of us, or for me. That's what I decided. Nah, right, something is missing here. But this person has helped me so much in my life. And I remember there was a time where my ancestors came and said, he's done paying his karma, let him go, right? He's done paying you, release him. And I was like, what? And that's when I learned that I had incurred a debt. No, he had incurred a debt with me, and there was karma that he needed to pay towards me, right? It wasn't a bad thing. So I had done something good for him in his past life, and he incurred a debt, and then he wanted to pay it back in this life. And hence, that's why every single thing he did for me was always to help me. And he helped me a lot. So he had good debt that he needed to pay off because I had done something good for him, right? And then there are certain people that I've asked myself, I'm like, I have no idea what I did to this person. Why are they tormenting me like this? Why are they hell-bent on tormenting me like this? Only to realize that I had bad karma with them. I might have done something to them. I might have mistreated them. There's a past life dream that I had, and there's one particular figure who's tormented me my whole life. And I never understood what this person's problem is with me. And I then had a past life dream where I actually saw what I did, right? What karma, and why she is so angry with me. And in her past life, she had every right to be angry with me, but I was also justified in the actions that I took. But I was still wrong. My actions were wrong, and I should have not done what I did, especially considering the person who we were fighting against, right? And so, but me being a person who always, I think my mission on earth has always been about humanity. And me being my mission, I put humanity in the forefront of these decisions that I took. And that's how it affected our relationship. And boy, that person held the grudge against me for what I did. And they had made a decision that they were going to make my life a living hell, and they did, shame. And they did. So this is now where now karma plays, right? Now you have karma that you need to play, you need to pay off, whether it be good karma or bad karma. You also have your soul contracts that you also simultaneously need to fulfill in this life. Let's see if I forgot anything else. Right? So now, when you are on earth, how do you then know the karma and the soul contracts that you need to fulfill? It's the Akasha. It's the soul library. It is the Akasha, the library of the soul, where you go to access that information. That's how you know. That's how you know the predestined things. That's how you know pre-planned things. That's how you know all those things, right? And you will be divinely guided to it, right? Many people start to access their Akasha, the Akasha record, during their soul initiation. That's when they really get into accessing their Akasha record, because they are on a very important journey. Now they are dealing with things that have to do with the soul. Many people start their soul initiation when they've cleared most of their karma. When they've cleared most of their karma, especially the bad karma, many people then start their soul initiation. But some do start their soul initiation when they still have intense karma to clear. But it is through that soul initiation that they will access the Akasha record, where they will be able to know how to clear the karma. Okay, and you access it because your soul mission is dependent on it. You're on an important soul mission. So many people start to access the Akasha record when they are at a very integral part of their soul mission, right? This is where you get small confirmations to tell you that you're on the right path. This is where you get dreams that are led to you to tell you things that you need to be doing and how you need to be doing. One of my mentees has been going a lot back into the past to go and fix certain things. A few of them actually. We had one who struggled with the car. She's been going back. We haven't had past life dreams about a car. I think the car issue has been fixed. The Merkaba has been fixed. I'm not sure if we fixed it, but it's been a little bit quiet. Actually, there's more than one that has been dealing with the car, with the Merkaba. I think there's 3 of them that are dealing with the Merkaba. And you go there. This is where you get confirmation about the past. This is where you get confirmation about things that have happened in this life and to say why they happened and how they happened, or things that are about to happen. This is where you see visions of the people you are meant to marry. This is where you see visions about the kids you are meant to have. This is where you see visions about the homes you are supposed to have, the places you are supposed to travel to, because you pre-planned those things, right? How do you access the Akasha records? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm one person that I never claim to know every single thing. I tell you things that I've been taught and know and implemented. And if there's one thing I do not ever lie, is say I know something when I don't. I don't know. On the internet, when you study the Akasha records, you learn about meditations that people do that have helped them to access the Akasha record. I've tried it. I remember in my beginning, many years back, especially when I was in the occult, I did try and do some meditation, but meditation never worked for me. The way they would prescribe the meditation never worked for me. So I never could access it, but I do believe that many people do access it using meditation. I'm just not one of them. And so the only way I've been able to access the Akashic records, the Akasha records, has been guided, divinely guided by my ancestors, right? It has been divinely guided. It has been because they know the plan well, they know the full plan better than me, they understand the mission better than me, and so periodically I will be shown certain events either in my dream, or I'll see certain visions, or I'll get certain impressions and feelings, or I'll get certain intuitive messages, or sometimes periodically I'll just be sitting and a pure download of information from the Akasha will just be coming. Not because I did anything special. One thing that I realize I've learned is that there's nothing special that I need to do. The only thing that I need to do is make sure that I live in high vibration. If I live a life that's constantly in high vibration, automatically these things will come to me at the time when they're meant to come to me. So my purpose and my work is to make sure that I live a high vibrational life. So when I was at the point where I was looking for them and I wanted to be able to access them, and I was doing all these meditations and whatnot, I was not getting anything. But when I relaxed and let go and decided I want to live my life in a way that when I'm ready to receive certain things, that they come to me. When I'm ready to receive certain things, that they come to me, then it happens. It happens when I'm ready. It happens when I need them, right? That's for me. Maybe for other people it plays out differently, but that's how it plays out for me. It happens when I need it. It happens when I'm ready for them. So there are different ways you can access it. It's the same thing that as I told you in the Merkaba video. I don't know how to start the Merkaba. I honestly don't even know how to astral travel. What's opening that door? That door just opened. Okay, right, I don't know how to start the Merkaba. I don't know how to astral travel. I don't know how to do it on my own. I'm still reliant and dependent on my ancestors to initiate my Merkaba, to initiate me into astral traveling, even when I'm not asleep, right? To be able to astral travel, to leave my body now and go somewhere, it's not something that I know how to control, that I could be now talking to you and just gone. I don't know how to do that, right? And I won't pretend like I know how to do that. I don't know. But the many times that I've sat down and left my body has been always some instant. It has always been spontaneously, but it has always been guided. It was because there's something that I needed, and maybe in a prayer, or maybe intuitively I was told that I needed to go fix something for someone or whatever, and when the time came, I would just leave my body and quickly go there and do what needs to happen and come back. So I still don't know the techniques. My mentees will send voice notes with all these techniques and say you need to lie down, you need to do those things. I don't know. I don't know any of those things. I've never had to lie down or do any of those things. Okay, so same thing with the akashic, with the Akasha records. I don't know how to access it. Like, I don't know how to go into meditation and then go up and open a key and then go into the Akasha record and open a book and see it and read it and know what I need to do. I don't know how to do that. I've tried, it never worked for me. The best way has always been that the ancestors are in charge of it, and when I'm ready of something, it comes. When I'm not ready, it doesn't come. That gives me so much peace of mind. It gives me so much peace of mind, right? So, but I do know it's not like I've not been to the Akasha. I've been to the Akasha multiple times. I've been to the Akasha to download information. I've had many dreams of me entering different libraries, right? Different libraries getting information. I've had many dreams where I remember in one, I don't know, so now with this one, it was a little bit confusing because I did not understand if it was a past life dream or if it was an astral travel back to the past, right? Because I went into a vault, into a secret room in the temples, in the pyramids. No, not that one. There's a few like it. I went to the Library of Alexander. The Library in Alexander before it was banned. I went there and I went into a particular part of the library, and I opened a particular scroll and I could read the language. So meaning that I've had dreams of being in the Library of Alexander, working in it, but those were past life dreams where I used to be either a scholar or something in the Library of Alexander in Egypt. But in this particular one, I had came wearing modern clothing, right? Hence that's why I said it could be a point where I traveled back into the past to go get information, and when I was there I could read what was written, even though it was not in English or my mother tongue. And when I got back, I think I read more, but when I got back I only remembered one line. And this happened when I was sitting on a couch just daydreaming. I literally was just sitting on the couch just daydreaming. That could be meditation. So I was just sitting on a couch daydreaming, and boom, I'm out. I do that and I come back. And I only could remember one line, but clearly my soul remembered, because over the years, as time goes, I would get snippet into that vision. I would get snippet of that playing out as a vision, and I would then be given more information as to what I got. Right? So clearly, whatever it is that I went to get, I was not ready to receive it all at once. And so what it then did, it started playing out as snippets and snippets and snippets, coming out bit by bit by bit by bit into my world. Right? So many of you access your Akasha records daily. You access them in your dreams, you access them in your visions, you access them intuitively, you access them in different forms. Okay. Right, I've talked about every single thing here. Okay, and sometimes, okay, so when a healer also sees a vision about someone else, it's also just accessing that person's Akashic record in order to be able to help them in the consultation and guide them. That's it. There was an incident that I had where someone came to me as a client, but they are part of my soul tribe. And when I was now working out on what is missing, things like at that particular time, my focus was on things that I'm missing, that I need to focus on, that I'm meant to, okay, I lost my train of thought there. As I said, I live near a temple, and I think someone was doing something there. Literally, the altar is just by the wall of this house. And when I looked where the shrine is, I saw white butterflies. Such a holy place. Like I'm on holy grounds. And I think even I'm even suspicious that I might be in between. Like I might literally, the house probably was part of the temple structure, but then they decided to turn it into an Airbnb, and I'm in the middle of two temples. Like I think I'm in the middle. I think this whole place was temple, but then they took certain parts and turned them into Airbnb. So it's just like it's sacred. It's proper sacred ground. Or maybe there was an ancient temple where I am, because even the buildings, how they are very, because I've seen a couple of, on my walk, I've seen a couple of beautiful ancient temples. So I think this whole place could have been an ancient temple ground, a temple ground in ancient times. But anywho, that's not why I'm here to get certain information. I'm here, it's part of my destiny. I'm here to get some stuff for my soul mission. But so this person, I was asking one about that time, I was asking things that I need to do in order to fulfill my soul mission. What is left, you know? What will prevent me from going home? And that's when I started now getting introduced to my soul tribe on a soul level, which is a group of soul beings that I came on earth with. We came on earth together, and we had a mission when we came on earth. And we are all ancient beings and ancient souls that have been on earth forever. And we are all tired and we all want to go home. And then the one thing that was going to stop us, it was this particular person. And in that dream, I had to go fetch him. I was like, no, I have to deal with this one. I have to deal with this one because we need to go home. And this one is the one that's going to hold us back. So I need to make sure that this one fulfills their mission in order for us to go back home, right? So as a healer, sometimes as healers, we are given insight into other people's contracts so that we know how to best help them, right? I remember in one of when I was preparing, making the decision, which was last year, to start I was doing my astrological charts and planning out for the next 10 years or something like that. I know I was doing something that had to do with astrology, looking into my future using astrology. And one of the things that came up was that I need to be online. I need to be exposed online. I need to be here making such videos. I had seen myself making such videos in the past in many dreams. I have had visions and dreams of me giving lessons online. But then after that, when I had finally said, okay, it's fine, when the time is right, I'll do it, I then saw a council meeting. I then saw a council meeting with many souls, and I had made an agreement that I will help them and I'll do my best to help many of the souls, but I will have to find an innovative way to help them all, because I will not be able to help them all personally. So in this council meeting, a lot of souls came to me, some came as their ancestors many came to me as me and my people were creating my plan for earth in this reincarnation. And part of it is that I remember the response that I gave was that, yes, I will help you, but I'll have to find a way where I help you in masses without me having to physically see each one of you one by one, because I will not have enough time on earth to meet every single one of you or your children, right? And I guess this is how social media was started. This is why I'm here, and this is why I always say to many of you that some of you are not meant to consult with me. Many of you, actually, many of you who watch my pages, who watch my videos, you're not meant to consult with me. I'm not even meant to help you. No, I'm not even meant to physically meet you. I'm just meant to create these videos for you to listen, learn, implement, and move forward. Many of you will not even have a chance to even do any of my cleansings. You will not even have a chance for me to sit down and do a consultation for you. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the capacity to do a consultation for everyone. I will do consultation for a lot of you, but not all of you, right? I will do some of the work, but I don't have the capacity. And when life gets busy for me as well, I don't have the capacity to handle everyone else's issues. So hence why these videos. And that's why I say many of you need to take these teachings, implement them, use them, go forward with your life, with the things that you are learning from me. Go through my videos, learn, move forward. Don't keep waiting for me to sit down with you and do a consultation with you. Some of you, that's not why you are here. You are not here to consult. You are here to learn, and that is me fulfilling my soul mission and my soul agreement to you, that I made to you, that I made to your ancestors, that I will share insights that will guide you forward, that will help you on your soul journey. But that's where it ends for many of you. Yes, there's a few of you that are meant to come to me, and those that are meant to come to me, your ancestors will show you. They will send you to me, and when they do send you to me, they won't send you to me with no money. They will send you with the money that you need in order for me to help you. So if you don't have the money and you want to come to me, just know that you are not sent. Your ancestors always make provision. There's many people who have been sent to me who their ancestors made provision for their money, right? Okay, so that's the lesson on the Akasha record, on your destiny, on your waiting room, on reincarnation, on so many things. We've covered so many things in this lesson. And people will be like, get to the point. How? Wait, how do I get to the point when there's so many things for us to cover? All right, so that's the lesson of today. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope you guys oh, it's so hot. I need to go switch on the aircon. It's hot. And you guys are living a more aligned life. Listen to your intuition. No matter what I teach you, no matter how many things I say, your intuition plays an important role on your soul journey. Without it, without you listening to your intuition, implementing it, all things are pointless. And I say this as my cue. Bye, my loves. I hope you guys have yourself a beautiful day. Right. So in closing, I'm going to say, trust the signs that come to you. Take note of your dreams and your visions. Notice the feelings, the visions you receive, because that's you tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha records. Right? Trust what comes to you. Trust what you see. Many of you don't trust the visions that your ancestors show you about yourselves. You don't even trust your intuition, and yet you want to grow spiritually. All right. Toodles.